All right, we're going to do a fun one today. I don't know if this can actually work or not, but I thought it would be fun to try. We got an iPad mini here, and it was sent in for a connector repair. And I will read you the note. We were a little surprised when we looked at this. The note says, I tried replacing the screen and damaged the connector. I need it replaced. Not sure on backlight. If that needs replaced, go ahead. And could you also quote me a price on replacing the screen as well? So this is, seems like it would be pretty classic. The iPad mini digitizer connector is super easy to mess up. Let's take a look at what a normal mini digitizer connector looks like, and then I will show you the board that we got in here. So under the microscope, here is an iPad mini, and this is an iPad mini digitizer connector. And you can see it's a really weak connector. It has no anchors bracketing the edges of it. Compare that to the LCD connector, which is a really tough thing. So this connector needs to be replaced maybe 1 in 1,000. And this is the other 999 minis that come in, need this connector replaced. And these little pins just grab right out of there. And versus the LCD connector, you can see a layer of plastic sort of protects those pins. So it's really not unusual to get a job where somebody, is trying to do somebody a favor and, hey, I can replace your screen for you, do a little repair, and then, botch the connector a little bit, and then usually send it out for repair at that point. But the actual mini that we got in here today really surprised me. So I want you to first take a look at it. Kind of from far away. So, it doesn't have any hardware. It has no battery. It has no LCD. It has no digitizer. So that's a little bit of an atypical presentation for somebody that wants a screen replacement. And now let's look under the microscope. So let's look at that connector area. Dun, da, da, da. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So this is just a giant solder blob. And it looks like some kind of a fire. I mean, I'm kind of speechless with this. I really don't know. Hey, look, some of the charge port might be good. Heck of a lot of flux. This I've never seen. All the little guys in between these two connectors are gone. I don't know about that chip. It's a big solder blob there. And just fire everywhere. Oh, here we go. Hey, let's start here. Wow. How do you solder a ball on top of the shield? Well, wow. That's like totally, what? Wow, there we go. That's kind of impressive, actually. I have not seen that either. So, when we got this, oh, yep, bad backlight filter. You can tell by the discoloration. This guy's knocked off. And it looks like the rest of the board is largely spared, I hope. Good over here. Every board starts with a full visual microscope exam. And it looks pretty good. All right, so this one, we, it wasn't my job to call up and be like, we have a little bit of a problem. This board has been set on fire. So, but we, I get it. This is regret. This is, haven't we all been somewhere where you you start something, you're kind of not sure about it, you get into trouble, and you kind of keep going when you should stop. So this board makes me sad, but I appreciate that this person decided to send it in, and we were like, hey, come on, replace it, replace the mini, but she wanted to, she wants to see it work again, so okay, so we gave her a quote. We're gonna try to fix it. We're gonna try to repair this. So I don't know if it'll work or not, but let's get started. We're gonna try and fix this Inferno Mini. All right, so what are we gonna do? Let's start by getting the board out, because this board, first of all, needs a bath. So I will, let's see how long it takes. I'm kind of interested to see how long this will take. I'm not sure that it's repairable at all, and you know, it just needs a heck of a lot. Maybe the best approach is to just try to get it to have power and digitizer function and a display, get the data, and just put the data on another mini. So this is a mini original. Let's get that. So let's start by taking off this charge port. It'll have to get a new charge port anyway. Any minute here is good. Usually I leave my air handling off during the videos, but this time I might not want to breathe all this. Air handling is so loud, and of course I have the crappy microphone, so you have to hear what I have to hear. Oh man, that's bad. All right, let me kick this on. All right. Gross. Oh, look at that disgusting, like, gray sludge. Oh man, this is... I think you should get bonus points if you can fix this mini without actually throwing up. I don't know if I can do it. Is there even, like, plastic in there? Oh, man. Hey, look, that tough little capacitor is still there. Oh, my God. The whole first layer of the board is gone there. That is going to suck. Let's get this connector off while we're giving everything a bath. That's the worst right there. Oh my God. I really want to know the story of it. That is going to really be difficult. I'm afraid to look under the shield, but I feel like I have to. Alright, let's try to get this thing back. Let me just get a little bit more chunks of solder off here. Where's that? It's the wrong braid. Wow. Jeez, that's the screw bracket. Holy. Okay, next step is to take the board out and give it a bath, and then we will see what we can do. This is going to be really tough. So this is actually worse than like a typical data recovery. So, I mean, this has really kind of become a data recovery job. It'd be fun to actually fix this mini, but you know, I think if we get the data recovery portion done, which is really questionable at that Digitizer connector, an iPad mini will not come to full display even without a Digitizer connected and detected by the board. And then you really have to have every single connection there and all the small components in order to have touch. So the idea that this is going to work, this is going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of work because the that whole ripped off first layer of the board there between the Digitizer and LCD connector. If it wasn't for that, it might be at least plausible. So we'll see. We'll give it a shot here. All right, time for a bath. All right, back out of ultrasonic cleaning, and this board looks a lot better. Let's take a look under the microscope. All right, so let's take a look and see what we're up against. All right, so the story is makes a lot more sense now, I think. So all of this under here is water damage. So this was probably a water damage repair to begin with, where water was trapped under there. That's definitely water damage. And that makes a lot more sense why somebody would kind of get into this to begin with. All right, so we've got a Digitizer connector missing here, and there's a missing pad there. We can probably salvage those pads. This pad is moved over and blobbed under that. Then all of this is actually still the top layer of the board. It's just missing a lot of the conformal coating, so that's not as bad. LCD connector is gone now, and there's these little image data chokes that we can probably just sort of make some connectors there, and that's probably repairable. The Wi-Fi chip I don't know about. It looks bad, but we'll have to kind of get to that point and see and kind of fix up some of this stuff. Let's start with the mini backlight filter just to get that out of the way. And let's just see what we can do. We'll grab a donor board and just start replacing stuff and see how far we can get. Because this is a water damaged board, I think the best bet is to try to get the data and put that onto just another mini. But in order to do that, we need image, touch, and power. Let's grab a backlight filter. Backlight filter is wiring, not there. Any backlight area. All right, mini backlight filter. I wonder how long this is going to take. My goal is just to see if we can get the data. All right, let's get an LCD connector then. And we'll just kind of work from one side to the other. I've got a couple of mini donor boards. This one's got an LCD connector, but it looks pretty gross. Toothbrush. Alright, that connector will work, so let's try to get it off with some hot air. On here with some hot air. Sorry, JBC. I know you thought you were done. Almost. I don't like to touch the connector because the plastic will melt. My goal is to just keep it from flying away. These new tweezers are kind of janky. I feel like I got tricked into doing a water damage repair. Pretty sure that missing component there has to be there for image. And this side looks pretty good already. Going on here. That is a little bit too much stuff. This video is probably pretty boring. That's all just ground. All right. Let's take off this dude. All right, let's just start replacing what is missing. So let's get that dude. If I didn't already steal him, already stolen. Next board. Let's see, that guy goes there, that guy goes there, and this is him. All right, let's fill in those data chokes. So let's get the easy ones first. There should be a little row of 5. Next one is easy. Whoops. That's part of that big gap. All right, next one, can't touch. So this is a little bit complex here. All right, so the next one, we want to make sure it doesn't touch this ground. So it's got to hit those 2 pads, and then we got to make some jumpers. Actually, I'm going to skip that. I'm just making jumpers. I don't think we need to have that thing there. All right, let's get some braid for jumpers. We're going to need a lot of this. All right, let's switch over to micro pencil. Oh, it is getting late and too much stuff is out. All right, micro pencil. Let's do some jumpers. Need to touch some leaded solder on there. This is where I have to be careful. I don't want to let that touch ground. Don't touch ground. All right, let's check for continuity on that. All right, so we need to get a beep from inside here out to there. Good. Good. All right, next one. We're gonna do more jumpers. Can't touch ground. All right, let's see. I'm a little worried that that's touching ground, but let's find out. Yay. All right, all good. Last guy, you know, if we wanted to, we could stick a filter on there and then make little jumpers to the bottom of the filter, but I think because of the water damage, this is data, and then make a new mini. All right. Okay. All right, LCD connector is done. Now let's just start working down this row. All right, let's see if we can find this pad. Oh, it's gone. All right, so we'll have to, actually that's only required for home button. For data, we don't care. Don't care about home button. We do have to care about that guy. All right, let's just go down the row then. And start with this big guy here on the end. This is a little bit hard for the tweezers to handle. All right, next guy is this little filter. And it goes right here. All right. Really like to get some of this solder off of there, but all right, let's just make sure that these are both ground and I don't need to separate them. So here on this board, we are going to test to make sure that ground here, that both sides are ground. All right, so that's all just part of ground, and this is not ground. Let's just make sure that we are following this pattern. All right, so if we pick a ground, not ground, 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 ground. All right, then I guess it doesn't really matter. All right, next dude is this cap. I think I need some flux to help get these off without leaving behind a little piece of them at the bottom of the board. It's hard to flow that ground. These tweezers are not quite up for the job, but we're gonna make them do it anyway. All right, next guy. That's pretty ugly, but we don't care for just getting data. It's really gonna suck though when this board like has a PMIC overheated or something because of the original water damage. All right, next guy is a bigger one. Next guy. I'm not sure if they're supposed to talk to each other or not. Yeah, they are. All right, next guy is no stuff. And then this filter. No stuff. And then he goes here. All right, now these guys are home button A and B. All right, so he's missing a pad for home button, And we're going to give up on home button. So I'm going to stick him back in case we need home button for some reason. But we're going to give up on home button. All right, and then we'll take this dude. I don't know what he does. But we will assume it's important. Alright, so we're skipping home button. We're going to grab this little guy. Who goes there? And we've got a little resistor that goes here. Alright, then we've got blob. That's a piece of the connector. Don't need that anymore. All right, then 2 bigger caps. One. Two. And that guy's no stuff. And then the last one is this resistor. Awesome. All right, that's the whole lineup there. Kind of want to give it a little bit of hot air to get everybody to be sure they're in the right place. Okay, that looks good. Actually, I don't think that guy's supposed to touch ground. We decide that you're not supposed to. No, you are. Not you. 1, 2. Okay. That's probably okay. Okay, now we've got to place a connector here. And I'm not worried about the home one, so let's clear this bridge. Now this is probably the hardest thing out of all of it, believe it or not. That missing pad, we need him, gotta be there. And we don't wanna like tin up too much ground. So we're gonna stick a micro jumper there. If that doesn't work, which a lot of times these ones are tough. They don't like to go on these little nubs. Definitely not 2 of them. Get rid of one. So if we can't place the connector well with that guy there, then we can just tap into one of the test points on the back to figure him out. Get rid of that. That's a little bit tall. All right, let's try a new connector. All these tweezers are driving me crazy. Trying to cheat so that we can get this guy up. It's way out of alignment because I wanted to try to cheat it so that it can get those two kind of remaining little nubs of pads that were left. Oh, that might be too far. Now we're running into trouble. Let's try to make it work, shitty as it is. That's really shitty. Well, that is quite shitty. Quite shitty indeed. All right, that's probably too shitty even for me. All right, I think I'm gonna have to maybe give up on my little micro jumper and get this guy to go. Itself. I think this camera is there. A little bit out of focus compared to what it looks like for me. Piece of crap. Yay. Awesome. Okay, now let's see what is inappropriately shorted to ground. Ground, not ground, yay. Ground, ground. I don't think you're supposed to be ground. Ground, not ground, 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 you. You. What's wrong with you? God damn it. Alright, so that's bad. We gotta clear that. Break it up. I don't think that's cleared at all. There. Let's try that again. God damn it. I'm not sure that he's not supposed to be ground. Are you bridged? Yeah, it's bridged. Piece of shit. Break it up. Break it the fuck up. Jesus, that's bad. This was going so speedy until you came along. Yay! All right, good. Great. All right. Checking back on those dudes. All right, in theory, that area should work. Backlight should work. Let's just check the whole backlight line from diode to, God damn it, from diode to LCD, yay. We could just windshield wiper this whole area and get that to work. All right, I just want to see if this is going to give us a great big problem or not. Let's do a charge port and fire it up. All right. Kind of think maybe I should come back and actually like spend some time to properly fix this particular one just because it would be cool to do it. But first I just want to know whether or not we have a bigger fish to fry with it actually powering on, aside from all of this digitizer and LCD connector area stuff. Because I'm pretty sure that this was water damage all along. Charge port! Give me a charge port. But right now it is late and I want to go home. So let's get an answer on this. Okay. Dun, da, 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 the moment of truth. Okay, so let's stick this thing. Wow, it makes a lot more sense. I think this was a water damage, hey, help me out repair, where like kind of a friend for a friend. And that's why there's no screens or battery, because I think probably the intention was to replace the corroded battery all along. So I'm just going to attach that top power button. You got a known good digitizer and LCD. We can come back and clean all this off later, give it another bath through the crest. That LCD connector is a little suspect right now, but really suspect right now. Let's see. The amount of patience that I have for any one repair is just about up. Hope that didn't knock off my tiny little micro jumpers. That was probably a little aggressive. Alright, show me some activity. Probably should have put this on DC power supply. Oh, I see an Apple logo. Boot up, motherfucker! Here, can you see that? That is pretty cool. Please boot. I'd like to go home. And if I can just get your data, then we can give you a new life, a new home, in a new housing, in a new motherboard. You'll be a lot happier. Please boot. This is what sucks about data. When it gets like this, it like has corruption on the NAND or something like that. And then it will error 27 if you try to update it. Mofo. All right. Let's see. Yay! I see kid baby pictures. Oh, cute. All right, no! Don't you give me an LCD defect. No! No, 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 no. No, you don't. All right. That was very cute, though. I can see why you would want to save your data there. Yay! Touch! Woohoo! Yay! 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 Sweet awesomeness. All right. I am going to set this up to offload data. I'm going to save it, full backup, and then we're going to get this mom a new mini. Minis are cheap, and get the data onto the new mini, so the friend will be able to give her back her data and give her a repaired mini that she can use, so that this little baby can go back to playing on her mini. And that was just kind of for fun. I have no idea what the point was. Just to see what a horrendous repair looks like. That's it.